All right, we back. I don't understand how you fuck up on a plain coffee. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't freaking get it. But nonetheless, I am back. I'm back. Actually, it did kind of help because I'm more awake now. I was tired. Tired. My neighbors was being down the block last night, waking me up. Then one of my friends was going through something, so I was talking to him, and I don't know. I went back to sleep, and I slept, and I slept, and I slept. So I'm here now with you guys, and I want to talk about being more self confident. I do feel like that is like a big thing, especially like working for ourselves, right? Like you go work at a regular job, they're gonna pay you your little $12 an hour. You get your set time. So whether you feel confident about yourself or not, you're still gonna make that hourly pay. Whether you got go to work with a messed up attitude, whether you just having a bad day, you still gonna make that little funky $12 an hour. But like when you work for yourself, if you don't have confidence in the fact that you can actually do it. Sorry, I'm lighting some Palo Santo because we're gonna clear this energy. We're gonna clear any negative energy that surrounds me and bring in positive energy to all of us. But I'm still look. I got a little nub. This is my little nub of Palo Santo. I need to go. I need to go back to Moon Magic. Last time I was at Moon Magic, I just was distracted. I was bringing my friend. He was getting his stuff, and I was just distracted. But I should have went in with a purpose because I need some Palo Santo. Now, whew, okay, so first off, feel free. Hey, Alexander, how are you doing? Feel free to like ask any questions, interrupt, comment below, say something. Um, just feel free to let me know what's on your mind. Um, okay. So, in this book that I'm reading, it's this thing called the self-confidence formula. So, I wanted to go over it with you guys and let's see if it resonates with us. But the thing is, before I got on my last live, I went to McDonald's. I got my kids some breakfast. I got Buddy something. I got me some coffee. I came home. I showered. I washed all the eye boogers out my face. And I just got dressed to come up on here with you guys. And they messed up on my coffee. So now I'm just trying to like regroup to back to where I was. Oh, that was my point. My coffee was going to be the perfect temperature. By the time I just showered and all that, it was going to be right to drink. But now it's like too hot for me to drink. So I'm going to have to wait a second. But I really wanted to drink coffee. I was going through this. So the first thing before we get into the self-confidence formula, it does start with faith. And here's the thing. When we think about faith and we teach faith, a lot of it, I feel like, well, at least in my brain, I don't know about y'all's, but it like triggers me back to like when I was growing up in the church and how much they talked about faith, 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 faith. Um, but I don't want to talk about faith from any religious standpoint. I want to talk about faith for what it actually is. Like, I don't really care what y'all's religious beliefs are. This doesn't matter right now because you got to have faith in your everyday life. It's not even about God or whatever it is. But I do know that if you're like me, when you hear the word faith, it's like, oh Lord, here goes this preachy type stuff. And that is not what I'm here to do today. Also, just as a little background, I did grow up Christian, non-denominational and Southern Baptist churches. I've been to white churches, black churches, Mexican churches, mixed churches. Like I was in churches. Not the chicken place, but I was always in the church. And so I don't know that stuff. I'm not here to talk about out no Bible or none of that. That stuff just never resonated for me. Kudos to y'all if it does. Like I said, I'm on my spiritual journey. I don't really have a religion. I kind of want to create my own religion, but that's a topic of conversation for another day. So when we talk about things, I want to talk about like textbook definitions, not like religious standpoint. So when I say the word faith, don't get all like, oh Lord, here she go, let you go preach. No, we're going to talk about what the definition is and how we can apply it to our spicy businesses. Because ultimately that's what we're here for, right? Like we're pretty much all sex workers. And we need to figure out how this can work for us. So I just wanted to say that before we got started. So let's talk about what faith actually is. So faith is a state of mind which may be induced, created. Sorry, let me start over so I can read this. That's why I wanted to coffee first. Faith is a state of mind which may be induced or created by affirmation or repeated instruction to the subconscious mind through principle of autosuggestion. So I really do wish like the churches or whoever like preaches about faith would talk about like the textbook definition, because essentially that's all it is. Like it's what you tell yourself. Do you fully believe, like without a doubt, like do you have faith in this? So those that have faith in the universe will make a way or whatever. Like you have to have I done straightened my hair and went out in this humid weather. Um but y'all don't care what I look like, so it's cool. So auto suggestion. Okay. Whew. I'm just gonna go through the chapter and like do the stuff that I highlighted. Talk about the stuff I highlighted. So we're gonna get more on auto suggestion. It's like the sense of like telling yourself something and over until you like actually believe it. For instance, if you want to make $10,000 this month and you're like, well, that's far-fetched, I ain't gonna do that, but I want to make it, but I'm not about to do it, that is way too far, I'm not gonna do it. But then you like want to make it, you're like auto suggesting that you're not gonna do it, therefore you're not. So if you're just like, ugh, my life is just so fucked up, well, your life is gonna continuously be fucked up if you're telling yourself that. So that's kind of how auto suggestion works. Repetition of affirmation of orders to your subconscious mind is the only known method of voluntary development of the emotion of faith. So repeatedly tell yourself these things, and essentially they're affirmations to your subconscious. Like for those of that believe in God, like you don't see God. You just have to have faith that he actually exists, right? So that's kind of like this. So you just gotta have faith that you can actually reach your goals, your ideal life, or like whatever you want. Um, mm. I like this chapter because it kind of went into, well, how I took it is, like if you're brought up in the hood, right? And all you see around you is like criminal activity going on, poverty, drug deals, like all this stuff. You just see that going on around you. Like you have to actually believe that you can get out of it. But I feel like a lot of the people, you just like a lot of my friends I know that be in the hood, like they don't be feeling like they can get up out the hood. Like so their mindset just be there. So but you gotta have faith that you can actually make a difference in society, accomplish more than what you were brought up to believe that you can accomplish, things of that sort. So I'm just going to read this. It says, when men first come into contact with crime, they are disgusted by it. I don't want to read the word that's here because I don't know, but it says arbor it, but essentially it just means disgusted. So when you first see crime, you're like, oh, that's criminal activity. Ah, we're not supposed to do it, right? But if you remain in contact with the crime for a time, you become accustomed to it. and then you would just endure it. So that's like when, probably like when you're a kid and you're growing up in the hood and you see all these things, you see crackheads on the street, 80s baby. That's the time of the crack era. But you see all this stuff around you, you're like, ew, like I don't want to be like them, I don't want to do this. But then you just grow up in that said lifestyle, and then you just kind of become accustomed to it, and you're just like, oh, well, this is normal. So by that point you've triggered in your brain like, oh, these criminal activities, it's just normal, right? If you remain in contact with it long enough, so pretty much I took it as like, I just look at my friends, like you living your whole life in the hood, right? You finally embrace it. So you follow me, you're following all these steps, right? So you see it, you're like, ew, then you just get accustomed to it, because you're just like, if you constantly hear gunshots outside your house or whatever, you just get accustomed to it. And then if you're in it long enough, you just embrace it. And in your head, you're auto suggesting to yourself that this lifestyle is normal. And okay, then you become influenced by it. And this is all from a famous criminologist. And so I like to use that example. I'm glad the book also used that example, because it's kind of how auto suggestion works, but we can just flip it into a more positive thing, and knowing like, okay, well, just because I was brought up in this lifestyle doesn't mean I have to endure it, doesn't mean I have to accept it, doesn't mean that's how my life has to turn out, doesn't mean these things. I remember back when I was in high school, the high school that I was zoned to was so hood, and I'm just like, yeah, I could go there and for sure I'd probably be valedictorian or graduate at least in the top 10% of my class. But is it really opening my mind at such this early age? I was even thinking this like when I was, I don't know, 14, 15. Like, do I want to see these things? Am I going to find success by going to this high school? Really, how far could it go? Like, literally, the high school so hood, it had like two cheerleaders, like five football players. Like, it was just trash. Um, but it was like by where I grew up. Okay, so what I did was I told myself it's okay if you have to catch three public transportation buses just to get to school, like you do that, because you're gonna set yourself up for more success. You're gonna be more open-minded to seeing different kinds of people. So the high school I ended up going to was really, really mixed, and I kind of do, in a sense, I wonder what life would have been like if had I went to the high school that was in hey girl hey um that I was zoned to, like would have been different, like would I still have got those same feelings. But anyways, this back to faith. um there are millions of people who believe themselves doomed to poverty and failure because of some strange force which they believe they have no control. So that's the thing, right? You in the hood, and you're just a kid in the hood, you don't have no control over that. Then you grow up, you just see your parents struggle, y'all eating noodles or whatever, like you're gonna food on table, you see your parents trying to make ends meet, like all this kind of shit, right? So you just believe that you're doomed to it. I'm on YouTube live. What you doing? Hmm. Yeah, she told me that. But let me finish this because we're talking about faith. Okay, bye. Um, so you grow up, right, and you believe that you're doomed. And so you're telling yourself this. Like from a kid, like you sitting up there telling yourself, like, fuck, I'm just gonna end up in the same lifestyle. I'm just gonna stay in the hood. I'm not gonna be able to accomplish ain't no way I could be a millionaire. Like, look at my fucking circumstances. But one thing I strongly believe, and I didn't always believe this, but just Paisley's personal thoughts too. I like some on my nose. I mean, no Boogie's hanging out with you guys, but circumstances do not matter. Like, you gotta get that shit out your head. Cause baby, let me tell you something. When I want something, and then you sit and think, well, this, no circumstances, time, that shit, it don't matter. So you can't believe that you're doomed. So I say this because these people are in these situations and they believe they have no control to get themselves out of it, and you do. You just gotta have a little faith. Um, they are already the creators of their own misfortunes because of this negative belief, which is picked up by the subconscious mind and translated into its physical equivalent. So manifesting, right? You're putting these things in your head that you're just doomed, and in actuality, you have control of your mind. Like if it's one thing that no one can't take from us, like you can take a lot from people, but you can't take their brain. You are in control of your brain. Like no one can't just sit there and control your brain. So tell yourself you're worth more. Tell yourself you do deserve it. Tell yourself you can get up out your circumstance. If you're in a fucked up relationship, you can get out. If you're a single struggling mom, you can get out of your circumstance. But you got to believe that you can or you won't. For instance, me, I have this vision of my ideal life in which I want it, and I want it now. But it took me to believing that I can actually have it, um to start seeing the things manifest the way that I want them to. Okay. Conduct yourself as if you were already in possession of the material thing which you are demanding. So if it's money that you're wanting, act accordingly. Let me see. Okay, good. I can sip it now. Act accordingly. If you want to be a millionaire, okay, let me tell y'all something. When I was at Whataburger, and I don't like it when it comes to working jobs, but if you're going to be working a regular job, this is true. And I hate it, but it's true. So one thing at Whataburger, if they said, Paisley, you want to be a manager, start acting like you're a manager. You want to be a general manager, start acting like you already are. Start walking in their shoes. Start behaving yourself accordingly. And so that's how, when I got to Whataburger 2 weeks later, I became a manager. Because I told them my first day, I'm not meant to be no worker. Like, I'm a manager. And I really did manifest that. Like 2 weeks later, I became a manager because they saw that I'm not like these other people up here. I'm not here to BS. Like I'm here to do something. So I think back to myself about 10 years ago, right? That was, girl, if you would have just applied this to your own entrepreneurship business, like you walk in what you want. So I want to be a millionaire. You need to start acting accordingly. You want to be, you want people to start seeing you more ladylike. Start acting accordingly. Like whatever the case is, just start acting like you are already in possession of the things that you want. You want to be a wife, start acting like a wife. Stop out here being like a city girl thought. Like you, whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest, like start acting like you're already there. I mean, that's what I do personally. um so my question to you guys on here, and please give me a thumbs up if you're fucking with this live stream. What kind of dominating thoughts take over your mind? Oh, it's still a little warm, but it's a good warm, and it's my first sip of coffee of the day. See, 18 minutes into this, and it was still too hot. That's why I told you guys the first time when I bought this damn coffee, the first time, it had they not put no cream and sugar in it. By the time I got on my shower, it was in the perfect temperature. But nonetheless, I got my coffee, right? I didn't have a fucked up attitude. Well, I kind of snapped, but I snapped right up out of it. I went and got my coffee. I'm here with you guys now, and we're having a good live stream. Okay. So what kind of thoughts are dominating your mind? Hey, comment below. What's on your mind? What thoughts take control of your mind? Mm. Oh, I like this. I didn't highlight it, but I put like a little star by it. Faith is the eternal elixir which gives life, power, and action to the impulse of thought. If you believe something can happen, that's a little magical little spell. You gonna make it happen. Okay, so let's get into now that we have some people on here. Let's get into the self confidence formula in which we're supposed to do once a day. I have not been doing it, but to be honest, I don't lack self confidence. Okay. Oh, let me say this. I have about 90% self confidence. There are those 10% days where I'm just like, when I think about money, I don't like it at all. Like I know that I'm gonna get the riches, the fortune, the be prosperous, be wealthy. Like I know that's coming. But there are other aspects of my life on which I do feel a little not self confident about. Like, I want to be the best mom possible that I can be. And sometimes, we get hard on ourselves sometimes. Like, are you being a good enough mom? Could you be doing more? Are you doing enough? Are you showing your kids the time and attention that maybe you didn't get as a child? And all these things like go into your head. And so my personal, my spiritual life, it's just like damn, I'll get on here and I'll tell you guys some things, but I'll lack a little confidence. I'm like, am I telling you guys correctly? Am I coming across correct? Am I saying the right things? The ways I manifest, am I manifesting correctly? Like, am I doing this how I should be? Like, so sometimes I do lack that. Or fresh into the dating world. You get out of a relationship. Okay, it's like, do you have the confidence? Like, oh, that's another thing. It's a few of my friends, y'all just in these relationships that it's not my place to tell y'all to get out of, because guess what, baby? Guess what? When no don't nobody tell me to get out of nothing, no relationship until Paisley is ready to get out of it. So I do feel like everyone needs to make that decision if they're ready to get out of it. I'm sorry I'm off on this tangent, but I do want to say that I feel like some of my friends are lacking self confidence, that they don't feel like they deserve better. You don't feel like you deserve this woman who's gonna provide you these things. You're settling for this type of woman, but really, you deserve more because you're a good man and you got this and this and that, but you're just settling on these basic ass bitches. Sorry, my friend came over the other day and all we do is sit and talk about like his relationship problems. And so for hours, like I have to like convince him like you are worth more. Like you're worth who you want. And then my female friends too. Y'all just be in these unhappy relationships. No, 2023, I don't want to see y'all in unhappy relationships. So please, let's get some self confidence and feel like we deserve the person of our dreams. We deserve the fortune that we want. We deserve to be the best parents as possible, the best versions of ourselves as possible. We deserve it. I wish people cared enough to tell me to get out of a relationship. That's the thing. I ain't never gonna tell nobody to get up out of a relationship, because can't nobody tell you to get out of a relationship until you're ready to get out of a relationship. But you gotta believe that you deserve more. So it's like, why don't you want to be in your relationship? Are you getting abused emotionally, physically, mentally, and you don't feel like you can find someone that is gonna care for you more? Are you stuck in this 50-50 roommate type of relationship and really you want something else? Like, what is it that you are looking for? Like, why don't you feel like you can deserve more? Because honey, let me tell you something. There is billions of people on this planet that if you just because you're with somebody for a few years don't mean like they got to keep, like when you're in a relationship you have to continue to do that work. And although I do want things to come easily, fruitful, and abundance and all that, I do understand. Baby, let me tell you, I had a dead better for 3 years. 3 years. 3 years. A dead ass bedroom. No spice, no no romance, no affection, no dates, no none of that. And so you gotta tell yourself, do you deserve more, or do you deserve to be in this boring ass, dead ass bedroom relationship where you ain't getting fulfilled sexually, emotionally, physically? Like, do they not touch you anymore? Like, do you deserve more, or is that what you deserve? Maybe you feel like that's what you deserve, so you stay in that relationship, baby. But it wasn't until I feel like Look at me. Look at me. Like, I am striving every day to be more high value than I was the day before. I strive to be the best version of myself. I do lack sometimes. I'm not perfect. Like I said, like a week and a half ago, I was off my focus, but I definitely believe I deserve more. So I deserve a partner that's going to want to touch me. I deserve a partner that wants to do romance with me, that wants to have sex with me. Like, you deserve those things. So I say all this to say, if you feel like you deserve a dead bedroom, honey, you gonna stay stuck in that dead bedroom till you believe like you deserve more. Okay. Now let's talk about this self-confidence formula. Maybe y'all want to take a few minutes, go get a pen and paper and like write this shit down. Again, this is a chapter of faith and Think and Grow Rich. Y'all can listen to it on YouTube as well. I got the hard copy, but I'm gonna continue doing these lives about this because one, I tried to do a book club. I'm sorry, that was not ladylike. Excuse me. Pardon me. Y'all did not deserve to hear that, and y'all are not paying for a burp. So y'all just got a free burp. Good morning, Emily. Um, but yeah, I just want to give y'all a few minutes, get a pen and paper, just pause out. Like if you're doing something else right now, just take a second and like do this with me. Okay. So get another sip of coffee. The first thing, I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand myself persistent, continuous action towards its attainment. And I here and now promise to render such action. Wait, what are we doing? We're getting a pen and paper and we're going to be more self-confidence. We're learning about the self-confidence formula, which I'm just getting into 27 minutes into this live. If somebody wants to mark a timestamp, we're at 27 minutes and we just get into the self-confidence formula. But everything else was really, really good to listen to. So I think it's been a really good live. And I'm going to go back and rewatch this myself. But self-confidence formula. Okay, so let me repeat number one. I know, and y'all need to tell yourselves this as well. I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand myself persistent, continuous action towards its attainment, and I here and now promise to render such action. So, for instance, first off, you got to know you got the ability. Like, if you're trying to get rich, do you have the ability to do it? Yes, I can. Yes, I will. I know I can. I'm confident in myself. I'm going to be determined. I'm going to be persistent, consistent, hold myself accountable, and believe and have faith that I can actually get to the desired amount of money in which I want to attain. You know? Like, you should take a moment and really say that like out loud. Like, I believe I can do it. You got to say that. I believe that this can happen. I believe I can get to the exact amount of money on which I deserve, want, and know I should have. I believe that I'm going to get to my definite purpose of life. If y'all don't have your life's purpose yet, that's fine. Let's focus on a goal. Me personally, sorry if I'm shaking. I believe I have a life's purpose. I've been told several times what my life's purpose is. In my dreams, my life purpose shows. I feel like spirit guides talk to me. Like, y'all may call it God, y'all may call it your angels, your higher self, your ancestors, whatever. But I know that someone was telling me, baby, you got a purpose, and I'm here to fulfill my life's purpose. So do you know that you have the ability to achieve whatever goal that you want? Do you really believe that? Or you doubt yourself? So what you want to do is auto suggest and start having that in your dominating thoughts. Like whatever's taking control of your mind, like instantly have it right on your hand if you have to. Like you can do it. You can achieve what the fuck you want to achieve. Okay, so that's number one. Okay, it's only five, so I hope I'm not like dragging this out or being boring. Cause last thing I want to do is be a boring ass bitch. Sorry. My hair is looking all ugh, I don't know. I just made me a hair appointment, so I'll be glad I want to get this shit redone because I really don't want to wear wigs no more. Okay, that's just a little side note. Number two, I realize dominating thoughts of my mind will eventually reproduce themselves in outward physical action and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. Okay, so there's more, but let's sit and talk about that. That's what I just said. I had to realize that. I don't think people realize that their dominant thoughts, like, for instance, you with a man and he cheating on your ass. If you keep thinking and then he come back to you, oh baby, I'm so sorry, I fucked up, I shouldn't have did this, I didn't mean it, she don't mean nothing, blah 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 blah. Like, first off, don't be a dumbass bitch, because if you continue to cheat on, what's he gonna continue cheating on your ass? But sometimes you do got a good man that just had a little fuck up. Sometimes that is very well possible. But if you sit up there and you say he gonna cheat on my ass again, so now you checking who he liking what on social media, trying to go through this man phone when he's asleep, trying to get the password when he's in the shower, doing all this stuff, you're really having that stuff on your dominating thoughts and you're manifesting that man to cheat on your ass again. So I don't know. Maybe that resonates to some of y'all, but we're gonna reel this back in. I just wanted to give y'all an example. Okay, so I realize dominating thoughts of my mind will eventually reproduce themselves outward in physical action and gradually transform themselves into my physical reality. Therefore, I will concentrate. So, y'all got to do this. I will concentrate my thoughts for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking on. Sorry. Therefore, I will concentrate my thoughts for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking of the person I intend to become. I do this all day, so sometimes I do manifest as well, but I do this all day thinking about the person that I'm here to be. So if you're not one of those people that think that, which is fine, I had to train myself for years to like do this. If you're not that person yet, it's okay. Schedule yourself 30 minutes daily to just think and reflect on the person that you want to be. Um, mm. I will concentrate my thoughts for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking on the person I intend to become. Thereby, I think it should say therefore, but it says thereby. Creating in my mind a clear mental picture of that person. So it's just like, you gotta really visualize that person. Dang. Um, hey, I want to come to your performance on the 15th. So I'm trying to get me a babysitter so I can be there and support. um, mm, okay, so number three. I know through the principle of autosuggestion, any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of attaining the object back of it. Therefore, I will devote 10 minutes daily to demanding myself the development of self confidence. So, 30 minutes a day, you need to sit and think about your ideal life. For 10 minutes a day, you want to sit and think about, what was it at? Sorry. I shouldn't have looked at my phone. I totally got distracted. Okay, no phone. uh, where am I at? Number 3, you will devote 10 minutes daily to demanding myself the development of self confidence. So if you don't feel confident in yourself, you need to sit and allow yourself 10 minutes and be kind to yourself to know that you deserve to be self confident in like whatever you're trying to achieve. Okay, so we got 2 more to go through. Number 4, I have a clearly written down description of my definite chief aim in life, and I will never stop trying until I shall have developed sufficient self-confidence for its attainment. So that goes back to what we were talking about yesterday. If y'all didn't watch that live, y'all need to go rewatch that live. But we should have wrote this down yesterday. Like, how are we going to achieve our goals, right? So now you have this written description of your definite aim in life, and you don't stop until you get there. Like every day is hard. Even when I'm off focus, I'm still thinking about my ideal life. Like, don't get it twisted. I still pay attention to what thoughts are dominating my mind. You have to do that. You just have to do it. So 10 minutes a day, is that going to kill you to give yourself 10 minutes to be kind to yourself, to read what your aim in life is and all that kinds of things? Like, so you don't stop trying until you develop sufficient self-confidence for it. Okay, are y'all following along? Cause baby, I need something. Now, number 5, that's the last one. I fully realize that no wealth or position can long endure unless built upon truth and justice. That means you can get rich quick, but are you going to maintain your riches? The thing is not about us getting rich, not about us getting wealthy, but actually, why does my nose feel like this? Sorry, y'all. But actually feel like we're going to maintain it and we're going to keep it. How are you going to keep this? It needs to be built upon love and kindness, not coming from a negative standpoint. You know, is it built upon, like, is your legacy, is your things built upon truth and justice? Or are you trying to harm some people along the way? Like, you'll never be successful, like, not coming from a place of like love and kindness is the best way for me to say it. So upon truth and justice, live in your truth. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction which does not benefit all whom it affects. I will succeed by attracting myself to the forces that I wish to use and the cooperation of other people. I don't think y'all understood that one. We're gonna revisit that though. I will induce others to serve me because of my willingness to serve others. And I live by that. I am so willing to help other people. Therefore, I attract people that want to help me, that want to see me win. I genuinely want my YouTubers to win. Maybe not everybody, but my YouTubers. We're going to talk about y'all. I genuinely want y'all to win. So therefore, I'm going to win. I help. I help y'all out a lot. Therefore, I do receive select YouTubers that really do try to help me in the ways that they know how. So I will induce others to serve me because of my willingness to serve others. I will eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness by developing love for humanity, because I know that with a negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. Okay? So, look here, y'all. Negativity, being negative, you might feel like you reached the top, but trust me, baby, that will all come crumbling down if you don't do it with kindness and love, if you have that hatred in your heart, if you jealous. Woo, that's a good one. Y'all can't be jealous. Y'all got to get that jealousy, that hate, that envy, and selfishness. Like, it's not good to be selfish. Because I know that with a negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. I will cause others to believe in me, which I do. I focus on that on a daily basis because I will believe in them. Others will believe in me because I believe in them. What goes around comes around. You plant these seeds and you reap what the fuck you sow. Like that I did learn in the church. I love that. Karma, however you want to twist it, you plant these seeds of intentions and you watch them bloom and blossom. What kind of seeds are you planting? Are you planting negative seeds or are you planting positive ones? I will cause others to believe in me because I believe in them and myself. Okay. Y'all following me? Is y'all following me? Hopefully y'all are. I will sign my name to this formula, commit it to memory, and repeat it out loud once a day with full faith that it will gradually influence my thoughts and actions so that I will become a self reliant and successful person. Thanks for listening. Appreciate it. I really like the fact that it sits there and talks about like showing others love so that you get it back to you, believing in others so that others will believe in yourself in you, and believe in yourself. That all ties into like being self-confident, and by doing this one today we're going to attract the things that we want. Okay, so we're going to end. Oh, hold on. The chapter of faith goes on. I'm just going to read some of the things I highlighted. He created out of his understanding the principle of faith and thoughts through his ability to transplant that faith into the minds of hundreds of. Okay, I forgot what I was reading that, so disregard that. This is a good one, and this is something that I tell you guys to do when you're first starting, like your spicy business or really anything. If you wish evidence on the power of faith, so you got to have faith, but some of us like, well, dang, can I actually see that it has happened? So if you want to see that faith has happened, study the achievements of the men and women who have employed it. So you want to be a content creator, you go study the greats. Like go copy their cadence, not their whole swag and style, but like look up to them. Really see like what they're doing to achieve where they're at and see, wow, they made it. They got their millions of followers. They got their millions of views on YouTube. They got these things. Like look at them. Wow. If they could do it, I can do it too. Kind of deal. So that's how you get your faith. Like and really believe that you see the results because they have achieved those things. Um mm. Okay, so we're gonna end off on the law of autosuggestion, through which any person may rise to altitudes of achievement which stagger the imagination, is well described in the following verse. So we're going to read this first and then we're going to end off here and then have some final words. If you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you like to win but you think you can't, it's almost certain you won't. If you think you'll lose, you're lost. For out the world will find success begins with a fellow's will and all its state of mind. If you think you are outclassed, you are. If you think if you got to think high to rise, you got to be sure of yourself before you can ever win the prize. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger or the fastest man. But soon or late, the man who wins is the man that thinks he can. So Slow and steady wins the race. Sometimes you gotta continuously have the right dominating thoughts in your brain to get this. Because if you think you can, you will. You gotta believe in yourself. Okay. So we're gonna end the chapter of faith right there. Again, if y'all want to listen to the whole thing, I feel like I said the best parts personally. But Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, you go listen to it on YouTube. There are no limitations to the mind except those we acknowledge. So if you believe, I believe my mind is limitless, baby. I can have what the fuck I want. But um if you acknowledge limitations, you're going to have limitations in your life. Both poverty and riches are offerings of the thought. So you believe you're going to be in poverty, baby, you're going to be stuck there. You believe you're going to be stuck in that relationship, you're going to be stuck. If you believe you can get out, you will. Any final thoughts? Any questions, comments, concerns? Anybody want to share what's in their dominating thoughts and their dominating mind at the moment? What is going on? Anything? 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 You ain't got nothing to say? Oh, okay. You had some job interviews going on? Y'all know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for my period to come. This was supposed to come like 3 days ago. Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready to get it over with. But I am thankful that I had the weekend to work. So maybe I'll start on Monday. I need to make sure that I believe in myself during the interviewing process. You know, when I walked into jobs, I always knew I was going to get the job. I walked in with my head held high. My breath was fresh. I put a pop to mention before. Don't be chewing gum. I sat up straight. I looked them dead in their eye like, bitch, you going to give me this job. I spoke well. I dressed well. Hey, you just got to believe you will. Get that job. Get that job. By the way, I need some more merch from my friends. Any friends that got merch, I would love to wear on my YouTube channel. Um, so yeah, friends, y'all that's be out there selling that merch, y'all better send some to Paisley so I can support y'all wear it on my channel. Okay. Ooh. So I just got my little tarot reading for today. It says excellent news is on the way this Saturday, especially regarding a spiritual or personal matter. Your dreams are beginning to manifest into reality, so keep working on creating the life you want. Today's progress will reassure you that you're on the right track and doing the right things. And yesterday it was a negative one. It's like I would have bad luck and I didn't make no money yesterday, so that's probably what it meant. Did I make money yesterday? I made like $40 yesterday. But did I try? What was I doing yesterday? What was yesterday? I don't remember what happened yesterday. But anyways, it was saying bad luck. And today it's just like, wow, like I'm gonna get what I want in my personal life. Love it. And I need to get what I want in my professional life too, because you know your girl needs that money just flowing down on me. Hey, don't retract messages before I can read them. Don't retract them because I can't see. I try to keep up. Don't be embarrassed. I'm a Sagittarius, baby. And look here. I hope it ain't no Sagittarius on here, really. Sagittarius be getting on my damn nerves. What y'all signs? No, I either really okay. I like Sagittarius men, but Sagittarius women, baby, I either like them or I don't like them. And I can always pinpoint the ones that are like in the industry or that follow me. I'm like, yeah, girl, we be besties, or oh, bitch, I would not like you. That's always my thought. And I try to like y'all know like I preach so much on women empowerment, but when it comes to Sagittarius women, baby, mm, mm. Sipping my coffee. What y'all zodiac signs? Last year, my favorite sign was Gemini. This year, my favorite sign is Leo. I'm hoping it stays that way because I really, really appreciate all the Leos that are in my life. I attract so many of them, even like fans and stuff. I find that to be interesting. I was talking to the guy at the fast food restaurant yesterday because I was just asking. Well, I was waiting on my chicken. I was asking him, like, would he date somebody in the industry? Blah blah blah. How would he feel? Like that's what his girlfriend did or whatever. And he was a Leo. It's like they just come out the woodworks for Paisley. What y'all zodiac sign? Hello, cat got y'all's tongue. Let me read my horoscope for the day. Horoscope for the day. All right. You may find that you're indecisive when it comes to issues concerning love and romance, Sagittarius. For some reason, you have a tendency to pull one way and then the other, yet neither seems to be very rewarding. Don't feel like you have to concentrate on this action in time. In fact, if you do, this commitment may cause you more frustration later. I don't know if that reaches any of y'all Sagittarius is watching, but kudos because this girl got to focus on her bag. I was watching something earlier and it was like the affirmation of the day. And it said, life is like a sandwich. No matter which way you flip it, the bread comes first, baby. We got to focus on our bread. We got to focus on our bag, our money, our riches, our financial success. So, anybody want me to read y'all's horoscope before I get off of here? Speak now or forever hold your peace, baby, because I don't know when I'm going to come back. But I wanted to get on here and talk about self confidence today. So, even if I just touch one person, kudos to me. All right. Adios.